Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. In this lesson, we are going to learn about Ismu al-Maf'ul. Ismul Maf'ul. So this topic, Ismul Maf'ul, is closely related to the previous topic, that is Ismu al-Fa'il. Ismu al-Fa'il. So in Ismul Fa'il, we said that the word is formed to refer to the person who does an action. So for example, if you have the word kataba, which means to write, and if you want to refer to the writer, so we change the form to ismul fa'il. We change the word to the form of ism fa'il, so it becomes katibun. Okay, so you can refer to my video on the lesson on ismu al-fa'il. Today it is about ismul maf'ul. So ismul fa'il is the person who is doing that action. Ismul maf'ul is referring to the person or the object where the action is done to it. So this is like the passive form of the word, and ismul fa'il is the active form of the word. Okay, so let us look at the examples. Al-amthila. So here we have two groups. As in ismul fa'il, you have two groups, where the first group is the words that are formed from three-letter fi'il, and another group is the words that are formed from 4, 5, and 6-letter fi'il. Okay, so let us look at al-majmu'a alif, or group alif. Al-karimu mashkurun indal jami'. Al-karim, the generous person. Mashkur is thanked. Indal jami' by all, by everyone. Al-karimu mashkurun indal jami'. So here we want to look at the word mashkur. So this word mashkur, this is from the fi'il shakara. Shakara, which means to thank. Shakara. So the verb is shakara. If you want to say the person who is thanking you, then the word is shakirun. This is the isim fa'il. Shakirun. So Shakir is the one who thanks. Shakir. But now we want to refer to the passive form of the verb. We want to say the person who is being thanked to. So we call him mashkur. Okay, we call him mashkur. If you look at this word mashkur, so try to identify what is the wazan for this word mashkur. So this word, since the root letter is shin, kaf, the root letters are shin, kaf, and ra. So shin, kaf, and ra, as what we have done in the lesson of wazan. So we the shin is equivalent to the letter fa, the kaf is equivalent to the letter ain, and the ra is equivalent to the letter lam. So we do the same thing here. Shin is referring to fa, kaf is referring to ain, and ra is referring to lam. So these are the root words or the root letters. So what we need to do is we need to add the additional letters, which are the mim and the waw, and then we follow the vowels. How do you read the word? We read mashkur, therefore the wazan is maf'ul. So this is the wazan for isim fa'il. The wazan for isim maf'ul. So if you want to change a word, a verb especially, to the passive form of the person, then you take this wazan, maf'ul, and you change the word to this wazan. So from shakara, it becomes mashkur. So therefore, mashkur is the passive form of that person, and shakir, this is the active form, the isim fa'il. Isim fa'il, isim maf'ul. Okay, that is the first example. Al-misal thani, the second example. At-ta'amu ma'kulun indal iftar. At-ta'am, the food. Ma'kul. So ma'kul, this is also another isim maf'ul. If you look at the wazan, it is also maf'ul. So this is the same wazan, maf'ul. So what is the word? What is the meaning of ma'kul? We look at the root word. So again, let us write the wazan first. Ma'kul, the wazan is maf'ul. Maf'ul. So from here we can identify the root word. The root word is fa, ain, lam, therefore it is alif or hamza, kaf, and lam. Akala. So I believe everybody knows what is akala. Eat, right? To eat. So akala is to eat. If you want to use it to the active form, the person, you will say akilun. Akilun, the one who eats, you call him akilun. But now the form is maf'ul. So this is the passive form. Then we say the one who is being eaten, the food that is being eaten. So that is the meaning of the word makul. This is the isim fa'il, being eaten, the one or the food that is being eaten. So the food is being eaten or is eaten during iftar, the breakfast. This is when you break your fasting, we call it iftar. Okay, so the second word is makul. This is another isim maf'ul. والآن المثال الثالث, the third example. المثال الثالث الزجاجة مكسورة. الزجاجة, the glass. The glass is okay. We want to understand what is this word maksur. What is the meaning of maksur, right? So if you look at the word, the wazan is also maf'ul. So the ta here, you can ignore this ta because this is just to say to use the muannas form of the word, since the word zujaja is muannas. Therefore here you need to make it muannas as well. That is why they say maksura, but the word itself is only maksur. So let us look at the word maksur. So what is this word maksur? The wazan for the word maksur is maf'ul. So from here we can identify the root word, the root letter, that is the kaf, the sin, and also the ra, because they match the fa, the ain, and also the lam. So what is this word kaf, sin, and ra? Kasara is to break. So you break the chair, you break the glass, we say kasara. Kasara. If the person who is breaking the glass or who breaks the glass, so you change to isim fa'il, then the person is called kasir. Kasirun. But now we want to use it in the passive form. The one that is being broken, that is broken. So what is that word? The word is maf'ul. Therefore we change it to maksur. Maksur. So the meaning of maksur is broken. Az-zujajatu maksuratun. The glass is broken. So this is isim maf'ul. Okay, this is isim maf'ul. And as we have seen just now, all of the verbs mashkur, shakara, ma'kul, akala, and maksur, kasara, these are all three-letter verb, three-letter fi'il. So the rule says that if it is three-letter fi'il, then the isim maf'ul for it is using the wazan of maf'ul. Okay, so that is the first way to change to isim maf'ul. Okay, using the wazan of maf'ul. Okay, done with majmu'ah alif, al-majmu'ah al-ula. Al-an nantaqilu ila al-majmu'ah al-thaniya. Now we move to the second group, majmu'ah ba. So in this majmu'ah ba, we are going to look at 4-letter, 5-letter, or even 6-letter verbs. So 4, 5, and 6-letter verbs. So we have to use the second method. Okay, we don't use the wazan maf'ul anymore. Okay, let us look at this word. Al-jumla al-ula huwa rajulun muhtaramun. He is a man. So this word is an adjective for this word. Rajulun. What kind of man? Muhtaramun. Muhtaramun. So what is this word muhtaramun? So this word muhtaramun comes from the word from the fi'il, from the fi'il ihtarama. Ihtarama. And if you look at this word, this is a 5-letter verb. This is fi'il thulathi mazid. Thulathi, but with mazid, with additional letters. Okay, so from the wazan, from the lesson that from the lesson of fi'il mazid and mujarrad, we know that this word ihtarama is of course consists of additional letters, right? So now what happens if you want to form ismil maf'ul from 5-letter words like this? So what do you do? So now we don't use the wazan maf'ul. There are several steps that you have to follow. The first one is you need to find what is the fi'il mudari of that word, of that verb. Okay, so we find the fi'il mudari. So ihtarama, what is the mudari for ihtarama? You can find the mudari by looking at the wazan. The wazan of ihtarama is ifta'ala. So from the lesson of wazan fi'il madi and fi'il mudari, we know that the mudari is yafta'ilu. يفتعل. Therefore, the fi'l mudari for ihtarama is yahtarimu. Okay, so that is the first step. That is the first step that you need to do. Okay, to change this verb to isim maf'ul. Step 1, find the fi'l mudari. Step 2, now we go to the second step. Step 2 is you change the ya. You change the ya, which is the letter of mudari, yahtarimu. You change it to a mim. Okay, because we want to change it to the noun, to the person who is isim maf'ul, then you change it to the mim. That is number 1. Number 2, that mim must have a dhammah. Okay, so you must read it with mu. Alright, so let us change the word. From yahtarimu, we change it to the ya, you replace to the mim, and then the rest you just copy the rest of the letters. Okay, that is number 1. And then how do you read the mim? You read it with a dhamma. So this is the second step. Sorry, this is the second step. Okay, so again, you change the letter of mudari, which is the ya, to mim, and that mim must have a dhamma. So you read it with mu. Okay, that is the second step. Now we come to the last step. Step number 3. Step number 3. Okay. Step number 3, you have to make sure that the second last word, the second last letter. The last letter is mim. What is the second last? The letter before mim is the letter ra. So you need to make sure that this letter is with a fathah. Okay, so the second last. So how do I write this? The second last. Al-harfu, the letter, qabla al-akhir, before the last letter, the second last. Okay, al-harfu qabla al-akhir, you must make sure it is having a fathah. So the word muh. Okay, how do you read this word? Okay, so let us write the word again. Mu. Okay, the vowel from the fi'l is yahtarimu, so muhtarim. But now you must make sure that the second last letter should have a fathah. So instead of saying muhtarim, we change to muhtaram. So muhtaram is the isim maf'ul, the person who is being respected, because the word ihtarama means to respect. So this is the isim maf'ul. If you compare this to the isim fa'il, so the isim in the lesson of isim fa'il, we also do this. Okay, we find the mudari', that is step 1, and then you change the ya to mim, mim with a dhamma, mu. But the difference is here, number 3. In isim fa'il, the third step is that you have to make sure that the second last letter is with a kasrah. So for isim fa'il, the word, it is the same, the spellings are the same, but the way that you read it is a bit different. So for isim fa'il, you read muhtarim. Muhtarim. So muhtarim means the one who respects. Muhtarim. But when you want to say the one who is respected, then you have to change to muhtaram. Okay, so this is the isim maf'ul and this is the isim fa'il. You see the difference is only the vowel point here. Muhtaram and muhtarim. Alright. So this is the first example for the word the first example for isim maf'ul that is coming from more than 3-letter fi'il. Right. So hawa rajulun muhtaram, he is a respected man. Yes. Al-jumlatu thaniyah ba, du'aul mazlumi mustajab. Dua, the prayer of mazlum, the prayer of this guy, the prayer of this person is mustajab. Okay, what is mazlum and what is mustajab? Okay, so mazlum, if you look at this word, what is the pattern or what is the wazan for this word? This is maf'ul. Okay, so since this is following the wazan of maf'ul, then we know that this is isim maf'ul. So this belongs to the first group, like the word mashkur, like the word ma'kul, and the word maksur. Mazlum, so it is the same pattern. It is of the same pattern, maf'ul. So this is also isim maf'ul, but this is from a 3-letter verb. The verb is zalama. Zalama, to be injustice. Okay, you are injustice to, you are not being just to a person, you say zalama. Mazlum, mazlum. Mazlum means the person who is being unjustly treated. Okay, so it is in the passive form. So zalama, you treat people unjustly. Mazlum, zalama, yes, that is the verb. You treat people unjustly. And mazlum is the passive form of the word, where the person is being treated unjustly. Okay, so the doa ul mazlum, the doa, the prayer of the person who is being treated unjustly is mustajab. Mustajab, this is another isim maf'ul. So what is this mustajab? Mustajab, this comes from the fi'il istajaba, which means to istajaba, to grant somebody's wish. So for example, istajaballah ad-du'a, Allah accepted or Allah granted your wish, your dua, your prayer, istajaba. Alright, so this is the fi'l istajaba. So from this word, okay, we want to know what is the isim maf'ul. So we follow these steps again. Fi'l mudari, find the fi'l mudari, and then you change the ya to a mim, and then make sure that the last letter is ending with a fathah. Okay, but for this word, we have this letter alif. So alif, as you have previously learned, alif is called the harful illa. So when you have harful illa, the weak letter or the problematic letter, so you will need to add, you need to do two further changes to the word. Okay, when you change it to another form. Alright, so istajab, this is the madi, then the mudari is yastajib. Yastajibu. Okay, yastajibu. Naam. So from here we can change to isim maf'ul. We change the ya to a mim. That is number one. Change the ya to a mim, and the mim must come with a dhamma. So we read mustajib. Okay, that is number one. I mean step number two. This is step number one. This is step number two. And step number three, okay, you have to make sure that the second last letter must have a fathah. So in this case, what is the second last letter? The second last letter is the letter ya. So what do you do? You add a fathah. Okay, let us see. Mustajib. If you put a fathah, according to the rules, you have to put a fathah. Then it will become mustajib. Mustajib. But for this letter, no one will read it as mustajib. Here we have a problem because due to this alif, due to this harful illa. So this is alif. When it is changed to mudari, it changes to ya. So this is harful illa. So when you have harful illa, you need to modify the word. So in this case, the modification is that in order to avoid the problem when reading the word, when you read the word mustajib, we replace this ya, we replace it to an alif. That is number one. And then if you replace it with alif, how do you read this mustajib? Again, you cannot read this. So therefore, this alif is removed, and we bring the alif to the letter jim, and we remove this kasrah. So the word now becomes mustajab. Okay, so here the additional changes is due to the existence of this harful illa. Okay, alright. So now the word is mustajab. So what is mustajab? Mustajab is from the word istajaba, to grant somebody's dua, then it is granted. So then the meaning of the sentence is dua al-mazlum, the prayer of the one who is treated unjustly, he is accepted by Allah. Okay, will be is granted by Allah. So that is the meaning of mustajab. And al-jumla thalitha, the last jumla, Fatima muhazzaba. Fatima muhazzaba. Okay, if you look at this word muhazzaba, okay, we want to understand the meaning of this word, then we need to find the verb. The verb is hadzaba. Hadzaba. This is a four-letter verb because you have ha, you have dhal and shadda, so it means you have two dhal, ha, dhal, dhal and ba, four-letter words. So for four-letter words, what is the isim maf'ul? Then we do the same process again. First, find the mudari. Mudari is yuhazibu. You can get this from the wazan. fa'ala yufa'ilu, hazaba yuhazibu. And the meaning of yuhazibu is you discipline somebody. Okay, you teach him with good akhlaq. So then you call it hazaba yuhazibu. Okay, for example, al-waladu yuhazibu ibnahu. So the father teach his son with adab. Now, yuhazib. Okay, that is the first step. Second step, you change the ya to mim. You change the ya to mim, mu. Okay, that is the second step. And the last step is you make sure that the second last letter is with a kasrah. So we don't read muhazibun. Instead, we read muhazzabun. Okay, so this is the passive form of the noun. The person who is taught discipline, who is disciplined, then it is called muhazzab. Okay, so now in the sentence it is muhazzaba. This ta marbuta is just an additional letter because the word Fatima is a muannas word. Therefore, you need to change this to muhazzaba. Alright, so this is the isim maf'ul for the fi'il muhazzaba. So from here, we have seen that there are two ways. Okay, if you want to change the word, the verb especially, to an isim maf'ul, then you need to look at the verb. If the verb is a three-letter verb, then you simply change the word to the wazan maf'ul. That's it, done. Okay, but if the verb is more than 3-letter, 4-letter verb, 5-letter verb, or 6-letter verb, then you need to follow these 3 steps. The first step is you find the mudari. The second step, you change the letter ya in the fi'il mudari to a letter mim, madmuma, mim with a dhamma. And the last step is you make sure that the second last letter is having a fathah. So that is the second method of finding isim maf'ul. Now, we look at the qaida. Okay, al-qaida number 1. Al-qaida, the rule says, ismul maf'ul. So, ismul maf'ul yushtaqu. So here they said ism maf'ul is derived min al-fi'lil mabniyi lil majhul from. Okay, so this is another topic. So we will do another video on this one. At the moment, we can just ignore this part. But nevertheless, let me just translate this. Ism al-maf'ul is taken or is derived from fi'il mabni lil majhul. Fi'il mabni lil majhul is a term to refer to a passive verb. So there will be a lesson on passive verb. Lidilalati ala, to show ma, or to tell ma waqa'a alayhi al-fi'lu, what or who the verb, the action happened to it. So again, as I said, this is related to another topic, so let us ignore this one. Okay, what is important is here, point number 2 until number 4. Number 2, ya'ti ismul maf'ul. So here they said the ism maf'ul will come. So it comes min al-fi'l thulasi, from the 3-letter fi'il ala wazni maf'ul, or using the wazan maf'ul. So this is what we have seen in group 1. So group 1, if the fi'il is thulasi, 3-letter fi'il. So what is the isim maf'ul? The isim maf'ul must be using the wazan maf'ul. Okay, so that is for the first method. The second method, number 3, ya'ti ismul maf'ul min ghairi thulathi. So now, what about isim maf'ul min ghairi? Min ghairi thulathi. Min here is, ghairi thulathi is non-3-letter. 4-letter, 5-letter, and 6-letter fi'il. So what happened? So how do you change to isim maf'ul? So they said ala wazni mudari'ihi. You have to follow the wazan of mudari. So what we did earlier, we just changed it to the mudari. You can also use the wazan of mudari, or you change the word to mudari, a better way. Ma'a ibdal, with changing. So you need to change harfil mudara. You need to change the letter of mudari, which is you need to change the letter of mudari to mim madmumatan. So here, please excuse, you should not have this bracket. Okay, ibdal harfil mudara'ati miman madmumatan. You need to change the letter of mudari, which is the letter ya, to mim madmuma. Madmuma means it must have a dhamma, mu. Okay, so that is the second step. And the third step, wa fathi ma qabla akhirihi. Ma qabla akhirihi. Please excuse me, so this should be akhirihi. Wa fathi ma qabla akhirihi, and you must make sure that the second last letter, the one before the last letter, is having a fathah. All right, so that is the second method as what we have seen just now. Okay, so 2 and 3 is very important. And finally, number 4, ya'ti ismul maf'uli mufradan wa muthannan wa jam'an. So ism maf'ul, it can come in the form of mufrad, it can come in the form of musanna, and it can come in the form of jama'. Why? Because it is just like other noun. So for example, the word mashkur, this is the mufrad word, mashkur, for one, the person who is being thanked, mashkur. Okay, if you want to use it for 2, then you say mashkuran. If you want to use it for jama', you say mashkurun or mashkurin. Yeah? So you have to change this to mufrad, musanna, or jama'. Okay, that is number 1. And then they say kama ya'ti. So they also come as well as muzakkar and muannas. So you can also change the word. You can also use the word in the muzakkar form and also in the muannas form. So number 1 and number 2, these are in the muzakkar form, mashkur, ma'kul. Okay, but if you look at number 3, this is in the muannas form. Alright, so why do you have this mufrad, musanna, jama', and muzakkar and muannas? Because ism maf'ul is just like other isim, other noun. Okay, so this is the lesson on ismu al-maf'ul. Nah.